Hey! Hey, Wild and Restless Entrepreneur Group. I'm so excited to be sharing with you today. I am going to be popping in. You know what? I'm going to have you guys hold me accountable. I am going to go live for at least 30 days in a row. Okay? You've got to, I'm going to pop it in a comment, not in a comment on this thing, but as a post. And I want you to hold me accountable. And if any of you want to join me, pop it in the comments. Tell me you're going to join me and we can keep each other accountable. Why am I going to, okay, so I already just ran right into this. Why am I going to do this 30 days live? I actually just did a live on my page because that was about my Thrive needs. I just remembered I didn't even talk about the workshop. That's okay. Visibility, yo. So why am I going to be going live? Why do I think going live every day is a good idea? I am terrified of it because there are certain days when I don't want to. There are certain days when my hair doesn't look good. The background doesn't look very good. It's raining, or I don't have anywhere to go, or because the kids are around, or my husband's doing something, or whatever. Or I just feel like blah and I don't want to do it. But that's why I want to do it. I want to push myself out of my comfort zone. And that's kind of the first tenet of visibility, I think, is getting out of your comfort zone, allowing yourself to just be you, authentically you, just show up as you. Because that's kind of like what has changed my business. It has been wholeheartedly embracing myself and what I have to offer. And this has been a journey in the sense of understanding that I'm not going to be for everybody. And that's okay. Because like my clients and the people that follow me and connect with me, like they love me. And I am okay with people not, because I know who my tribe is and I know who I want to be my tribe. And I know who I want to attract. And by being me, I'm already attracting them. So I just want to invite you to connect with yourself in that way. And I believe that by doing things that scare us and that we are uncomfortable with and putting ourselves out of our comfort zone will help us show up as ourselves authentically. Like even on the days when I don't feel like it, you're going to see it, and that's okay. Like I'm not this bright and bubbly person all the time. I show up differently on different days some days, depending on this morning I woke up at 4:00 in the morning and wow, I'm tired, but I still wanted to connect with you guys today. And I noticed that visibility was one of the top clicks on the poll, whatever you say, selections on the poll, which is perfect because I am hosting a visibility workshop this week. And so I'm going to pop in the comments when I'm off my phone or when I'm off the live because I don't have it in the ability to do it right now. But I want to invite you to it. And we're going to talk all things visibility. I'm going to give you my visibility formula. But today I'm going to talk about assessing your visibility plan. So I sent an email sorry, I'm need to adjust. No, I'm not sorry. I need to adjust. I don't need to apologize for it. And I want you to feel that way as well. That one of the things, this is total random tangent, but one of the things I saw a video about this a while ago, that instead of asking for forgiveness, instead of saying I'm sorry, you thank the other person. So for example, you're late and you say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, there's a lot of traffic. You can say, thank you for being patient. Thank you for waiting for me. It turns it to appreciation for the other person. So instead of me saying, oh, I'm sorry, I need to move around, say, thank you for tolerating me, being all over the screen or whatever. Off the top of my head, but anyways, that's a total side tangent, but I just got reminded by it the other day when I said I'm sorry for something, and he was like, no, you can just thank me. And I was like, yeah, I can just thank you. I love it. It's also a much bigger connective experience for you and the other person when instead of saying you're sorry, you thank them. So I know that a lot of people have issues with saying they're sorry a lot. Maybe that's if you're one of those people. use that. I'll give it to you. Okay, so today we're talking about assessing your visibility plan. And this is just bringing awareness to what you're currently doing. Visibility. So obviously, I'm all about Pinterest, and Pinterest is a humongous visibility plan. But for me, it wasn't enough in the sense of like the day-to-day connection that I was seeking. I get leads on my list every single day, 10, 20, 30 sometimes. I get people on my list every day, but that doesn't mean I'm constantly, I'm in connection with them. Yes, some of them email me, some of them buy my programs, some of them don't. And so I want to be connecting on the daily with people and showing people more of who I am. Like those people that join my list, like they see my email sequence and they get to know me through that, but they don't get to see the raw and real me often. I'm probably going to be changing that up in the sense of like adding in links to like current lives and things like that in my email sequence. So like updating it weekly so that they can start seeing like where I am, because I wrote the emails like a year ago and I need to be updating them, and I need to kind of show them who I am now. Because we all are shifting and changing, right? So like I said, visibility, Pinterest is a big part of my visibility plan, but I wanted more of the connection piece. So I started, but I got lazy because I was getting leads in and my business was growing. So I was like, why do I need to do that? I don't need to do that. Like I already have leads. I already have my business. I already have clients. I'm selling courses, whatever. I don't really need to like dive into Facebook groups or dive into Instagram. But I realized that was something that was really missing from my like soul part of my business. The part of my business that I really wanted to be connecting to more. And just like more client work. And I was moving into the business realm, and like my list was mostly life coaching clients. And I haven't even like dived into Pinterest for my business. Like I have a little bit, but I haven't even gotten any of my content on there because I created my visibility strategy with Facebook groups and Facebook that has been working really well. And so it's like, this is what happened with Pinterest. When Pinterest was working really well, I was like, oh, I don't need the Facebook groups. But now I'm like, Facebook groups. And I like haven't, like my Pinterest is like churning out subscribers, but I need to get on there and get, like, this is like totally like embarrassing, but I need to get my other content on there that I have. Anyways, so assessing your visibility plan. So I had to assess the fact that I needed something more in my own visibility plan, and that included connecting on a regular basis. So I'm just going to walk you through a couple questions to think about in terms of your visibility plan, because today we're just going to assess where you are in your visibility plan. So I sent an email out, and someone sent me a message right away that said, I like to think I have one, but I totally don't. But it sounds awesome. I'm like, it is. So you may or may not have a visibility plan. You may or may not know what would go into one or what you want, or like you're trying to be on all the platforms rather than, focusing on one that really speaks to you. I was just on a coaching call today and we were talking about, she asked me like, which platform should I be on? And I said, well, what feels right to you? Like I have the ones that feel right to me, but like, what do you love? Like, what are you drawn to? Like, that means if you're drawn to it, then your ideal clients are probably drawn to too. So listen to your list where you are and what you want for your visibility plan. Don't listen to what everyone else is doing. So here I am saying Pinterest, although I'm biased by Pinterest, obviously, because it's like for everyone and like you can totally do it in the background and then whatever. You don't have to put a lot of effort into it. But when it comes to visibility, like I'm talking about Facebook groups, but everything that I talk about when it comes in terms of visibility, the core philosophy and what's the word I'm looking for? Not philosophy, but like tenets. That's not the word I'm looking for. Like the core ideals of the visibility plan. It doesn't matter which one you're on. I will talk a lot about Facebook groups in my visibility workshop because that's what's worked for me. But a lot of what I talk about can be translated to Instagram, or it can be translated. I don't know how you translate stuff to Twitter. Twitter, you only have like 140 characters. I don't know. I haven't even ventured into Twitter. I did a little bit when I was traveling like years and years and years ago, but I never got into it. So if you're into Twitter, you can give us a training on it. Okay, so let's dive into some of the questions. The first question is, what is your visibility plan? Do you have one? So I want you to think about what your current visibility plan is. One of the things that is in my my Dream Life Power Planner, like the things that I do on the daily is I separate my tasks into content, into admin, into sales and visibility, and then personal. So I have this like in my planner. So I make sure that there's something in every single one of those boxes. And so visibility is part of my daily routine. I think you could probably be doing 5 to 10 sales activities a day. I am going to be working towards doing 10 a day. I feel really good about it, and that's something that's going to stretch me and get me uncomfortable and push me. One of these is my live, going live and talking about my value, like, what's going on. So I want you to assess your visibility plan. What is it, or do you even have one? And my second question, this is a big one. Is it consistent? So my visibility plan journey consisted of getting super visible for like 4 days. And then I would get like a bunch of people on my list, or I would do a ladder posts, which work really well in groups that are approved, right? I would do it really hard. Sorry, my butt's really uncomfortable. I'm sitting on like rocks. This is like a beautiful background, so I had to do it. I would go really hard for like 4 days, and then I just like wouldn't show up for like a month. Or I would email my list because I was launching something for like a week and a half, and then I'd shut off and I wouldn't do it anymore. And that is not the way to go. That is not the way to grow your business. This inconsistent showing up. You want to be showing up in your business every single day. And that doesn't have to be a lot. That can be like just a little bit every day. It can be posting on your Facebook page every day. It can be posting on Instagram every day, or one or the other. Like, you don't have to be doing it all. It could be emailing your list a couple times a week. It could be, and like having like a day that you do it. But consistency is where the growth will happen. Being consistent in your visibility. Like, people need to know about you. You have something amazing to give. You have something that is going to change lives. Whether or not, I feel like I have a lot of coaches and service providers in this group because that's just what I attract and what I talk about a lot. But even if you're product-based or whatever, but you're here to like give people something amazing and of value. And so they've got to know about you though. They've got to know your products, your services, your coaching. They've got to know it exists. And the only way you can do that is by getting visible, consistently, by showing up in their feeds. Like, I can't tell you how many people I have, friended me, or something, and they said, you just kept showing up, so I felt like I had to be friends with you, or like I felt like I needed to know you. I felt like I needed to chat with you. And then I get clients. I've gotten. Well, I said 4. I want to say that number is actually 6. Waiting to start with a couple, because they're going to start next month. But 6 clients. Just from getting visible. And it's not hard. It wasn't hard. I was completely authentically showing up as me. I wasn't like spinning sales here and there. I was just being me, and people reached out to me and asked me, hey, what's up? How you doing? I want more of what you got, right? So that's what consistency comes into. I've been consistent for the past 2 months. I think. I don't even know. I think it's been about 2 months. Maybe it's been shorter. But I mean, imagine that. Like, imagine what just a month or 2 months of consistent action could be for your business. So consistency is huge. The next thing is, okay, so I asked you about what your visibility plan is. Do you even have one? Is it consistent? And if you have a visibility plan or whatever you're doing right now, is it working for you? I want you to really take a hard look at this. Is it working for you? If your business is not growing, it's not working. If your business is like stagnant and you don't know what to do every day to grow it, it's not working. So really be honest with yourself. This is not a fun question to answer sometimes, because when you realize what you're doing isn't working, but you feel like you've been doing a lot. Like this was me, like maybe 6 months ago. Like I felt like my days were jam-packed. Like I felt like I was doing a ton, but my business felt stagnant. Like I wasn't getting anywhere. Like I was getting somewhere because my business was bringing in money every month, but I wasn't advancing. I wasn't like up leveling my business like the way that I am now and what I want for my business and my life, right? I wasn't stepping into that. And so it was hard to recognize that it was not working for me. And I want you to be honest with yourself. You know, wherever you are in your business, what does it look like for you? What does your visibility plan look like? And be honest, like, do you even have one, right? That's what I asked. Like, you can say, oh gosh, I don't even have one. And then if it's working for you, and it's okay to say that it's not working, because guess what? We're going to create a plan for you that's going to work so that you can advance your business, that you can push forward, you can have the business that you want. With not like I'm not saying like now you're going to work 10 hours a day. That's not what I'm talking about. A core, simple visibility plan can take 15 to 20 minutes a day. That's what mine does right now, is about 15 to 20 minutes a day. And then I like spend a little time here and there, like adding to it and things like that, that just, you know, come out of me and they come from the heart. And so I want to encourage that in anyone that's, you know, tuning in. Okay. So then that was the last question. How is it working for right now? And then this is my last question. What do you imagine you need in order to connect with your ideal clients more often? Hey, Patty. Oh, thank you. This is my backyard. No, really, it is. What do you feel like you need in your, like, what do you think you need to be doing? So I want you to be honest with yourself too, because I feel like the answer to this that some people have is, I need to be doing everything, and that's not the case. But if you could imagine what you need to be doing in order to get in front of your ideal clients more often. What do your ideal clients need to see from you? What do they need to hear from you? But they need to see, like I said, consistency. They need to hear it often. We need to see things over and over and over again in order to be like, have it click and be like, oh, okay. Like Patty, I know Patty does Facebook ads, right? But someone would need to say that over and over and over again in order to say, oh wait, you know what? I want to do a Facebook ad next month. Like, oh, but I have no idea. Oh my gosh, I saw Patty posting about that webinar that she was doing or this free workshop. Like, I want to connect with her. And then she gets to know your workshop and then she's like, oh, okay, I want to hire you, Patty. Thank you. You know, but that was only because of a strong visibility plan that's getting in front of your ideal clients. So you've got to think about what they need to see and hear from you. So we're going to dive like way deeper into all this kind of stuff. But I just want you to kind of think about my last question is like, what would it feel like to be getting in front of your ideal clients every day? What would it feel like to be having a conversation with them every single day? I get to talk to ideal clients pretty much every day in Messenger. So I'm not saying like just like via comments on things. Like people message me almost daily and I get into conversation, and I message people too, like when they friend me. I was going to talk about that too, like my strategy for when you get a million friend requests. Cause I get them like 10, 20, 30 a day. But I message them too. This is my quick little strategy. I'll tell you more about that. But when someone friends me, I message them and say, hey, what's up? I want to know more about you. You friended me. Thank you for friending me. Thank you for connecting. I always remind them that they friended me. So what would it feel like to be having those conversations with your ideal clients every single day? What would that feel like to have someone say like, okay, like how much is it to work with you? Great. I'm going to work that into my budget, right? Multiple times a day, multiple times a week. Like how would that feel to have that consistency in your business? And that's what a visibility plan can do for you. I want you to assess what yours looks like right now. Be honest with yourself. tell us in the comments, give us a post about it. Maybe I'll drop a thread in there as well and remind people to comment or watch this video because I think this is really helpful. Let me see what Patty said. Posting more value and being consistent. You inspired me to post consistently in groups and connect with people because I definitely was not being consistent. Yes, consistency is where it is at. Like, I hate that. That's like, you're not supposed to end it, whatever. Consistency is where it is, right? They need to see you. They need to see you more often. I should do that. I've gotten so many friend requests since I've been posting in groups. So this is my thing, and I'll probably do a separate live about it, but just because you just said it right now. So the reason why I do this is because, first of all, I want to connect with people and I want to like bring that connection up a level. So if I rarely friend request some people, but if they friend request me, I want to be more active in kind of nurturing that relationship. So what has happened is I have gotten clients out of this. I have gotten two clients that I can think of right now off the top of my head that came solely from me messaging them after they friended me. So what happened is they friended me because of my visibility plan. They got to know me. They saw me. They're like, oh my gosh, like I like her vibe. I want to know more about her. She seems like she's got, her business is doing well. I need my business to do well. I want to work with her. So they friend me, right? And normally when people friend you, they're like, oh, I wanted to get to know, like, I wanted to see more about you, right? They're not going to message you right away. So when I message them, I'm thinking of these two women. They're two different women, but one was like, oh, I really liked your vibe and I wanted to know more about you. And I said, oh, great. Here's I told her about me. I said, these are the things that I'm interested in. Like, this is my passion. Like, what do you do? And I got really interested in her. And she's like, okay, how do I work with you? Like, can you send me a link on how I can work with you? And it was just because I started that conversation. And that conversation started because of visibility. So I wanted to tell you guys that this stuff works. No matter if people are commenting on your stuff, like just getting out there, people are seeing you. So I'm going to talk way more about this in the visibility webinar. My phone's about to die, so I should probably stop. The webinar on Friday, I will pop the link to that in the comments. I'm so excited to have you guys there. I will be posting this week all about visibility and next week, because I'm super excited about it. So I want to invite you. I'm going to go through those 4 questions really quickly so that you guys can be reminded of them. So the first one is, what is your visibility plan? Do you even have one? And it's okay if you don't. We're here to help each other, here to help each other grow. Is it consistent? How is it working for you right now? And what do you imagine you need in order to connect with your ideal clients more often? So I want you to think about those questions, drop your answers in the comments, connect with me over these. I'm so excited to hear more about your guys' business. And so I will pop in more throughout this week. And please join me on the Visibility Formula webinar. I'll drop the link in the comments and I'll see you this week, but I'll see you on Friday as well. All right, bye.